everyone, welcome back to Denise Dives In. Today we'll be going over the February 2019 budget. Me and my boyfriend get paid weekly and we consider ourselves a married couple, so we combined our income, we combined our debt, we combined everything, and we are working on Dave Ramsey's baby steps. We are currently on baby step 2 and we are paying off our last debt that we need to complete baby step 2. Hopefully in 2019 we succeed in our goal of paying the car loan off, and I will show you how I am proactively trying to pay that off. And let's just get right into the budget here. So the page right before the monthly view and the deluxe monthly, I always put my budget review page. I'm estimating our income a little bit higher than normal. Alex did get a raise, so our income estimated is $5,000 this month. And then I took my fixed bills, our budget items, and I minused them from that, and I got $380,202, and I just rounded down to $380, and that's where I got the number that I'm able to put towards sinking funds. So that is why that is so close. In previous months, I have done a income minus expenses and got how much we could put towards debt. But since I'm just basically going to be making larger payments to the Optima, which is our car loan, I think that I should start up some sinking funds, and that's why this is so close. We'll see how much money we have left over at the end of the month, if there is any, and possibly increase or reduce, or I'm not sure how it will work at the end of the month, but this is how I've decided to start the month, and we'll see how it goes. So then you get into your month view page. This is where I write all my fixed bills. This is how I do my paycheck to paychecks. I just come in here and I look and I say, okay, well, I need to pay this and I need to pay that. And there's not everything in here yet. Some of the things I do have to schedule. So, and then I also wrote the Renaissance Festival because that's why I raised our fund budget, which I'll show you in just a second. Here are our budget items. So for the weekly budget items, we have gas, and I'm keeping that at $75 a week. I think that that's plenty of money. Me and Alex do have longer drives. I have an SUV. It requires premium, and so that's why I think our gas budget's a little bit higher than most, just because we do have 30-mile drives one way. We go to work 5 times a week, so that's kind of why that one's a little higher than normal. I would say than most people's budgets, but that is our gas budget for the month. And then eat out, I raised just a smidge just because it's February and I feel like you like to spoil your loved ones and stuff. So I raised that to $40 per week. So that's where I got the $160. And then groceries, I like the $85 a week. So I'm gonna keep that for this month. So $340. Dominic's care, Dominic is my son. He is in kindergarten now. He has to go to an after school program sometimes during the week, and that's $15 per day. And he only has to go once a week if he does go. And then I also pay my mom $30 to watch him on the nights that I work until 11 p.m. So I give her $30 in case he needs anything, if she wants to get him dinner or something. So 30 times 4, and then 15 times 4, just in case he has that after school program, is where I got the $180. And then Alex gets $100 spending money a week, and so do I. And if you notice, I don't have a lot of categories. I don't have extra date night, miscellaneous. I don't have categories like that because we usually use our spending money for those things. And if we wanted extra eat out money, if we want extra grocery money, if I want clothing, I don't need clothing or stuff like that, that's what we use our spending money for. It's not really getting us into any trouble, or we're not sticking to our budget because this is higher. So I think that it's nice to have that as our miscellaneous as well as our spending. And that's why that's a little bit higher. And then we get into our cash envelopes. The way I'm doing cash envelopes right now, I'll probably change my mind next week, but the way I'm doing it right now is I'm using this little accordion coupon holder, whatever you want to call it. And I basically categorized each cash envelope besides Dominic. Dominic has his own wallet. And that way I can write down what's left in them at the beginning of the month and then see if I minused anything, and then at the end of the month I'll put in what it ends at. But I think this is a better way to do it than the envelopes, just because I'm going to track these items on here. So I think it'll just be a little bit better. Hopefully it works out for me. I keep changing up how I'm doing my cash envelopes. This used to be like just a monthly expense, because these are weekly, so every single week I budget for these. These ones I have to take out at a certain time, whether it's when we get our bonus check or whether we just got extra money that month or that week and we didn't need to pay as many bills. But Dominic can earn up to $30 a month for his spending, if he wants a toy, if he wants a drink at the store, if he wants, sometimes he wants to rent games out of the red box, stuff like that. So that's for him. And then personal care is just like bathroom items, face lotion or whatever. And then I'm putting 25 in there. Household is like laundry detergent, toilet paper, things like that. Medical, I like to keep separate. This is if you need Band-Aids, itching cream, anything that I would say that you can get at like your pharmacy or whatnot, because I do my own taxes, and I've always liked having that kind of like separated out from like personal care. So medical is, to me, that's what that is just like a medical expense that is for your health, basically. If you're sick, it's medicine. If like cough syrup or whatever, and then cough drops or stuff like that. That's what medical means to me. And then fun, I am upping this month to $100. Normally it's like $40 or $50, but we will be going to the Renaissance Festival. I would say at least probably 40 of that is going to go to the tickets, and then the rest we can have for spending money in there. I know Dominic likes to do some of the things that like cost extra money in there, like the little trampoline jump thing, and then there's just other things that you can do that cost money in there, so that will be allotted for that. Clothing I did up because we do live in Arizona and it is probably going to be hot already, so I figure because Dominic is growing, this is basically like Dominic's clothing budget. I know I say clothing, but I don't buy anything for me and Alex if it's a want out of this category. It would be like if we need underwear or we need socks or something like that. It's like a need. So this is basically Dominic's clothing budget. I'm going to probably be buying him shorts and t-shirts and stuff like that because he is growing. I think I saved some clothes from last summer, but he's probably grown out of it. He just sprouted up recently. I had to get him new shoes recently. So I'm sure we'll use all of that on Dominic. And then this is my expense tracker. I did want a way to see what is coming out of these categories so that I can know, oh, well, you bought laundry detergent 2 months ago, you're probably going to need that again. So when I'm making my budgets, I can know, hey, you probably need to put this much in there. Or, I don't know. I just think that this is a nice way to see exactly what I'm spending. So when I'm making future budgets, I can do it accordingly. And then we get into the fixed bills. The fixed bills did not change too much. I did cancel the AMC A-list because I wasn't using it. It wasn't cost effective. And the other thing I changed was the Optima. The Optima loan used to have a payment of $233.17. I'm basically increasing that by 3. Well, like 3 payments. So just by 2 payments, I guess. So I took $233 times 3, got $698 something, and so I just rounded up to $700. And we're gonna make a $700 payment to the Optima, and that's why this is more. It used to be well under like $2,000, but now we're going to be making a large payment to the Optima because that is our last debt that we need to pay for baby step 2, and then we can move on to baby step 3 in 2020. I'm so excited. And then we have our sinking funds. My sinking funds normally are very specific. They're for something that I know that I need to pay when I need to pay it. I've kind of made these broader The only one that's not broad is glasses. In June, my insurance allows me to get another pair of glasses or contacts or whatever I want to put towards it. Every 2 years, you're allowed to like make a certain type of purchase with my insurance. So I want to get new glasses. I've had these for a year and a half, so it's time. And I figured out the amount I wanted, and I divided it by the months that I had, and that's why I'm putting $60 in there. And then the rest are kind of broad. Gifts and Christmas, I decided to put $100 in there because Dominic's birthday is in March, so next month. And he will be turning 6. And I think I want to get him a bike that has like a kickstand and everything like that. Right now we're trying to teach him how to ride a bike with no training wheels, and the bike, I had to take the training wheels off, so it's like doesn't have a kickstand, and I think that'll be a cool 6-year-old gift. And possibly if we do like take him to dinner or something like that, that will be money for that. He just lost a tooth recently. I just had it be the tooth fairy, so I think that could possibly go into a category like that if he loses any more teeth. And then if we want to do something for Valentine's Day, or I don't know, I think like this is going to be like a very blanketed category for me, just because I haven't like really condensed it down, and I don't necessarily want to forget about Christmas, but I might separate out Christmas. I'm not sure yet, but that's how I'm doing it right now. It's just $100 is going to go in there. Car tags and oil changes. I'm going to start putting $50 in here. I know we're going to need oil changes, I think in April or so. So I'm just going to put $50 in there. And then after we're done with our oil changes, we'll need to start saving for the car tags. Mine were just $185 in January. So I think that saving $50 every single month, we'll definitely have enough money to pay Alex's car tags, my car tags, and get our oil changes. So that's why I'm putting 50 in there. Dominic miscellaneous. I was basically making these in reference to not having unbudgeted. I feel like a lot of my things that I use my spending money on or are unbudgeted are things that like I just don't think of because I don't know, oh hey, the school needs this, or Dominic needs a new backpack because he broke his, or just like random things that a little boy needs, and I'm his mother and I need to provide for those things, and I'd rather not have a like unbudgeted. I'd rather have a little money set aside for when stuff like this happens, because it just seems like this keeps happening, and I'm sure as he gets older it'll just continue to happen. So for now I'm just going to start putting $30 aside for little things like that, and that way I think that when those come up they won't be unbudgeted. Events and vacations, I do want to start saving for possibly a summer vacation, or perhaps just like a staycation, but you still need money for staycations, and there's plenty of stuff to do in Arizona, and I just want to start putting money aside. So I did that. And then events too, I would say like, it's not necessarily an event, but like a holiday, like Easter's coming up, so I'll have to play the Easter Bunny, and I think that anything like decoration wise, if I bought new decorations or something like that, they could come out of there as well, or I could use my spending money. It doesn't necessarily matter, but I feel like that's another category that I should start saving for so that it's there in case we need it and we can go on vacation. Me and Alex have not been on a vacation in over a year and a half, so Dominic went on vacation with my parents, but I think it'll be nice to have some money set aside so we can do something this year. And that is it. That is all of my budget, because this starts March. And if you have any questions, please leave them down below. I would love to have any feedback that you have, and thank you for subscribing. If you have, you are an awesome person, and I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.